Hi, I'm Ken. Welcome to my workshop. So today I'm doing another shop update. Today is August. Geez, gotta be 6th, 7th. I feel like I'm a bit maybe still finding my path here with this channel. I intended to at first do kind of a monthly update. I've fallen short of that. I didn't get one out in July. I didn't get one out in May. So I think at this point I'm just going to put out updates as I have something to update. But you know, in the summer here, I was just so busy trying to make time to get this done is difficult sometimes. I do need to get something else in the kiln right now. I have a couple of red oaks, well, 4 I think, kind of 6.5, 8, 7 foot, pretty wide, sitting over there. I'm just not sure. They got quite a cup in them. I'm not sure if they're really going to have any much quality when they dry, so I'm sort of hesitating getting that done. I picked up some cherry logs. I'll throw a clip in right here of those. So I picked up these cherry logs. This section here, and then this section. It's still at about 10 foot. The longer one there. That's probably 6 or so in that one. And then this one here is a little over 4. Picked those up for a really good deal. The guy just wants 2 boards out of this one when I get it done. When I get it cut and it's all dried. I don't know how well it's showing up, but not too bad on sapwood. It's about an inch average all around probably, but personally I kind of like that contrast, so not too bad. Cherry doesn't get real huge around here that I've seen, so it's about 14 inches diameter on the base little 4-foot log there. That was actually the butt of the tree. I kind of wished he went to cut that off of the base of that. It would have been nice to get an 8-foot log out of the bottom of there. That would have been a really nice log, but is what it is. Again, I got it for a pretty good deal. And I did get a substantial amount more of this walnut cut up. I still have these 2 over here to cut yet. I'll throw a picture up on the screen here too. But there's kind of what I have cut right now. About 3/4 to, I don't know, 80% of them have some nice crotch figure in them. So far, I don't have a whole lot of end checking, which is nice. I do have a little bit on some of the first stuff I cut. That's obviously drier at this point. A lot of it because the pith is in it for the most part, but so far so good. Still got a fair amount more to cut, but we'll get there. So yeah, like I said in there, those are kind of nice logs. I'm excited to see what they're going to look like once I open them up. And a lot of that walnut and stuff I got cut up, well, maybe half of it, but so that's drying, that's good. That I can't put in the kiln yet. It's still got to be way too wet. Probably needs at least another couple months what I have cut now to air dry before I think about putting it in there. I'll throw a picture up on the screen. But I cut the customer's hickory log. I didn't take a whole lot of pictures. You know, I'm getting paid hourly. I didn't want to be stopping every 5 minutes to take some more pictures. I have a kind of shop project video that I will be filming before too long. Not sure if you can see it. I'll grab the camera here. This slab here I have set aside for a project, but I need to be able to flatten it. I'm going to use the router sled method that a lot of other people have used to flatten it. I did get the router bit not too long ago. I'm looking at the West Systems epoxy or a couple other epoxy solutions. Right now, I don't know. The West System seems awfully expensive for how much I may or may not ever use it. But as you can see, this is loose here, so I'm gonna have to do something with that. I'm not sure if I want to keep it in there or pop it out. Keep it in there. I'll have to stabilize it, and then it's kind of protrudes on this side here, so I'm just not sure how I want to approach that yet. But then, it's a little soft in here. Obviously, you got to stabilize this knot. This bark inclusion there. Another knot there. Not there. So there's voids to fill. There's obviously you can see the light through there. Some of that stuff's got to be taken care of one way or the other. So I'm going to need some kind of epoxy. I probably will bite the bullet and just get the West Systems epoxy. It just seems awfully pricey at, basically $100 just to start out with it. But hopefully I'll use it enough to justify it. If not, I guess it'll last a long time. Look at it that way. Alright, customers log I mentioned I milled up. I ordered two the Granberg International ripping chains. It's the same company that makes my chainsaw mill. First of all, gotta say, excellent customer service. I called them up. I took the job and I knew I needed to order probably a couple chains. I called them up, talked to the customer service person. She basically said, okay, sort of waited for my order to come in. They got it shipped out the same day. Couldn't be happier with that. I didn't need it quite that fast. I got them in, I think, 2 or 3 days. The chain itself, I was cutting hickory, shagbark hickory. It cut excellent. I was able to get through a whole hickory log without changing the chain. And then I was back here again cutting some of that walnut, the shorter stuff I have. The chain that's on there now probably could go through about twice what I have cut so far. And when I first started using it, cutting through it, the saw was almost pulling me through it. It just cut great. Usually chainsaw milling, you're not getting shavings. I was getting shavings out to begin with. It was that sharp and that efficient. I will never order a different chain again. I can't say highly enough how much that Granberg ripping chain, how great it was. It's really far and above other chains that are just sort of standard chains filed to 10 degrees. These have 2 scoring cutters. Go check them out. They got pretty good pictures online and stuff, and they work excellent. As you see, I got this just about done. I don't think I talked about it at all previously, but it is a kind of an offcut. I was milling walnut back in June, 40 minutes away or so, whatever it was, and I had to cut this off of the crotch piece so that I could get the saw through the cut. It would have been 40 plus inches wide. I can't cut that wide, so I had to cut this off. I brought it with me. I had no idea what I was going to do with it. It just sat there for quite a while. And then I kind of had the idea, well, it'd look good kind of out front of the house. It's sort of, people do like the address markers and stuff like that. I thought it'd look pretty cool out in front of the house, so I just took a belt sander to it, kind of smoothed it out a little bit, took the rough saw marks off of it. It's not super smooth, it's pretty rough yet, but it's an outside project and it's going to see a lot of sun. It's going to get beat to hell pretty quickly, so I wasn't looking for a ultra smooth finish or anything. I do wish that the bark would have either stayed on or all came off. I'm sure the rest of this will come off, but that'll happen in time. But I think it turned out alright. Just got to get it thrown outside yet. I'm going to probably cut a couple shorter pieces of treated 2x4, probably attach them to the bottom, or maybe even just set them on the ground and just to get it raised up off the ground a little bit so it's not prematurely rotting. But it is cooler than turn it into firewood, I thought. So I talked a little bit about the router sled, flattening that slab. I will be doing that, and that slab's going to become a coffee table. So when I do that, that'll definitely be a full video for that, for the router sled. Maybe not go too in depth on the router sled itself. I might just combine that into the coffee table, just because there's about 1,000 other videos on YouTube about the router sled and how to do it. So stay tuned. Channel's going to keep evolving kind of as I go. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave those. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.